Australian Foreign Minister Julie Bishop told a room filled with reporters that the government's plan would make the country a world leader in protecting vulnerable children.
The new laws will prohibit registered child sex offenders from leaving Australia or holding Australian passports.
It would allow the government to seize the passports of 20,000 pedophiles on Australia's National Child Sex Offender Registry. The goal is to stop Australian pedophiles from taking trips to parts of Asia and the Pacific Islands to abuse children. The government says roughly 800 registered sex offenders from this country headed overseas within the last 12 months, half to Southeast Asia, and half of them failed to notify authorities.
No country has ever taken such decisive and strong action to stop its citizens from going overseas, often to vulnerable countries, to abuse kids.
First-term Senator Darren Hinch has pushed for the travel ban since he was elected last year. Hinch was molested as a child.
If you are, as some as we know, living in places like Bali and other places, if you're living overseas now on an Australian passport, and we know there are pedophiles doing that, when their visa expires and they go to get a new visa or a new passport, they will be revoked.
University of New South Wales law professor Annie Cousins says the government's plan could face legal challenges.
As long as people have a right to have a passport, you know, the question is why should that passport be taken away? Especially if someone has already served a sentence and they're out in the community. And
Cousins says not all convicted sex offenders are at a high risk of reoffending.
This will not apply to teenagers who have been caught sexting a 17-year-old texting to his 15-year-old girlfriend. I know sometimes, I think unfairly, they go on registers, and we're trying to work that out so they don't.
Under the plan, more than 3,000 serious offenders would be banned from travel for life. The legislation is scheduled to be considered by Australia's Parliament later this year. Greg Navarro, CGTN, Sydney.